Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at what I'm just going to go ahead and call my favorite game of 2016. That's right, you can keep your Overwatch and your Final Fantasy, because I'm throwing in with Kira Kira Star Knight DX for the Famicom, which was released in October of this year. It was developed by Riki and published by Columbus Circle, which is a duo that's been releasing plenty of cool stuff for the Famicom and PC recently. The story in Star Knight is a little lost on me, but from what I can actually read, the main character, named Kirara-chan, is using her special shoes to jump high into the air, even into space, to collect enough stars to revert her friend Knight back into a human, because he's now a mouse for some reason. And I don't think we really need to look any further into it than that. This is definitely not what I would call a story-driven game. The gameplay in Star Knight is extremely simple, but is also really fun and addictive. Put simply, just collect stars. That's all you have to do. As the screen scrolls right, clusters of stars appear that you have to jump up and touch. So if your favorite part of any Mario or Sonic game is the areas where you run through and grab as many coins as possible, then you'll love this game. Each stage has a certain number of stars that you need to collect before the timer runs out, and by collecting all of the stars that appear on the screen at one time, you get point bonuses that go up in increments of 10. This starts out easy enough, but as you progress, it does get more difficult, with higher numbers of stars you need to collect, and the stars themselves become much more elusive. Plus, there are 2 different difficulty levels, and level 2 does get pretty challenging. There are only 9 stages in Star Knight, but it's so fun that I don't mind at all playing through over and over, trying to beat my high score and just enjoying the fun, simplistic gameplay. Plus, after completing the game, you're given access to a debug menu just to get a little more out of the gameplay, with a stage select, music player, and a few other things. So despite the fact that its gameplay is about as simple as it gets, it doesn't really suffer for it. This is an insanely fun game that I really have a hard time putting down. As fun as the gameplay is in Star Knight, I think the graphics and sound design are the real selling points of this game, because they are outstanding. The graphics are absurdly bright and colorful, and it's obvious that whoever designed the visuals knew the Famicom inside and out, which, given that the system is more than 30 years old, it's safe to say that all its tricks have been learned by now. This is just a really pleasant game to look at, but perhaps a bit too much for those of you who might suffer from epilepsy. The soundtrack, without hyperbole, is one of the best that I've ever heard in an 8-bit game. This is some serious chiptune action. Each stage, in both difficulty levels, features a different song composed by a different chiptune artist, and they all sound fantastic, and they perfectly match the bright and colorful visuals. Again, it's obvious that the people who designed the look and especially the audio for Star Knight really love their 8-bit graphics and sound. I was really surprised by just how much I enjoyed this game. It looks great, it sounds unbelievable, and the gameplay is super fun and addictive. Simply put, it kicks ass. So, as if it wasn't already obvious, I wholeheartedly recommend this game to lovers of all things 8-bit. It's hard for me to imagine anyone not liking it. Like I said, it was released in October, so there are plenty of brand new copies floating around out there. They can even be found in certain retro game shops in Japan. Unfortunately though, copies are being sold online for around $60, even though they only go for about $35 at the shops in Japan. If you can stand to spend a little more, or if you can play it online somehow, then definitely give Kira Kira Star Knight DX a try. It's awesome. My retinas are melting, but I can't look away.